I don't remember the intro. I don't remember the intro of the solo leveling. So we're gonna do our little version. Um, let me drink water a little bit. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you in a nutshell. We're reacting to the paradox of an infinite universe beyond the edge. Uh, that's the thumbnail said, beyond the edge. I don't know what happened to this video, but we're gonna say it. We're gonna say it.
Is the universe infinite? Does it have an edge? And if so, what would you see if you went there? Today, we know that the universe had a beginning 14 billion years ago and that it's been expanding ever since.
Okay.
But
Wait.
something that's
Wait, what? It's expanding? I didn't know that. I didn't know that the universe can expand or this to what? I didn't know that. Okay.
expanding should also have an edge, right? Well, it
no.
sort of does. Information.
The fuck? I thought the infinite. I thought the universe doesn't have any edge. What the fuck? Okay, let's see it. Let's see it.
Can't travel faster than light. That means that we can only see parts of the universe whose light has had time to reach us in the last 14 billion years.
Yeah.
When we look outwards, what we see is a sphere centered on us, the observable universe. But it gets a tad more complicated. Because the universe has been expanding, we know that the most faraway things whose light we can see.
Oh, I get it. Expanding meaning we can see further. It's not that the universe is expanding. It's expanding. It's that we can see further. You know, I thought wrong. Sorry.
Are actually 45 billion light years from us right now. So the observable universe is a sphere with a radius of 45 billion light years. It contains around 200 billion galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars. So for us, there is an edge. We're looking at the past until there is just no past left. This edge is really more like an edge in time and, in a sense, meaningless. The real universe is for sure bigger.
Yeah, it's like meaningless because even though we know we can go there, just like you ask someone, what's the distance? What's the distance between from this galaxy to the other? Scientists can't tell you, but they can also bullshit in front of you and ask you that if if you want to know the extent of it, you can't just go and meter it down. We can't do anything. It's a stupid question that we don't know. We're just gonna know and say, oh, okay, that's all we're gonna do. It's nothing. It's pointless.
Than what we can see. But how much? There are two options. Either the universe is really big but finite, or it's truly infinite.
I think
a finite universe means that if you want to fill it with ice cream, you can do it. You need a lot of ice cream, but it is a finite amount. But that leads to a weird problem. Such a universe should
yeah, I don't know. I think it's infinite. That's what I think. You guys think different? Yeah. Some of you guys think it's different. Some of you think it's different. Some of you are agree. Some of you disagree. I don't know. I don't fucking care that much because the opinion of people is so much more than we think. So we're just gonna agree, but we're just gonna also disagree. Also, you know. Yeah.
Have an edge, a cosmic wall where space ends. And if there's an edge, there should be something outside that edge. But the universe by definition is all there is. So how could there be stuff outside all there is?
I don't know, fifth dimension?
Does the idea of something outside of everything even make sense?
Except
of course, there is a physics hack. You can have a universe that has no border, but that still could be filled with a finite amount of ice cream. What if the universe is truly finite? Imagine an orange and a really tiny ant. The ant can only see a small piece of the skin, just as you can only see a small chunk of the universe.
Yeah.
But if the ant starts walking, it will eventually walk around the whole orange and be back to its starting point. So the skin of an orange is not infinite, but it doesn't have a border. The universe is not like the skin of an orange, but it could be very similar. Instead of a sphere,
yes.
it could be a hypersphere, where 3D space is curled on itself.
Yes, I didn't think about that. I didn't expect it. Yeah, we didn't walk it like an earth where we can walk one direction and going to be home again if we can walk. But I didn't expect that at all.
Which is impossible for your brain to visualize, unfortunately. But the point is,
I mean, if we think strong enough, I think we would be able to. Let me try.
similar. Instead of a sphere, it could be a hypersphere, where 3D space is curled on itself.
Cold on itself, meaning if we walk to the nearest star and going to that again and going to that again, again, we're gonna eventually find. Well, I think if we wanted to do something like that, it's going to be depending on us. If we're going to land on the moon and then go to other planet, just like the moon, and then go to other planet that again. I think we're going to end up in Earth again. In this theory, maybe I was wrong, but that's just my assumption.
Which is impossible for your brain to visualize, unfortunately. But the point is, no borders, no outside of the hypersphere.
Stop stopping
our
it so
human
much, brother. What you mean stop stopping it so much? This is a reaction, bruh.
perspective, our whole 3D space is like the peel of the orange. If you were aboard a spaceship flying in a straight line, you would eventually come back to Earth.
Yeah.
How does any of this make sense?
I don't think it should be able to make sense. I don't think it makes sense to us at all. If we said, "Oh, I can explain that," bullshit. You can't. Just like when we first know that the Earth is round, people would say bullshit until they do. But even though they did it, it doesn't explain anything in their head, in their perspective. It doesn't explain anything. Why? Because it's so big that we can see around it. We can see around it, and we can make sense of it. Sometimes something was so simple we could be able to make sense of it, but we don't make sense of it because we don't see all of it. That's the problem.
The actual physics is hard, so we have to simplify and lie a bit here. But in a nutshell, it all boils down to gravity. The way it works is that mass creates gravity by bending space-time. This bending is the strongest where the mass is, but sort of stretches on forever, like a very mild tension in the fabric of space-time itself. This could bend the whole universe in a way where it bends back on itself, which then makes the hypersphere. If you find this confusing, we're with you.
Well, I don't think so. I don't know if it's just me or you guys too, but for me, I think just like Earth. I think I would make Earth the example.
If the universe happens to be a hypersphere, how could we find out how big it is? On Earth, we can see things disappear below the horizon, and that helps us calculate how big the Earth is. Scientists tried to find some sort of universe horizon that would reveal the scale of the cosmic sphere, but didn't see anything. Which means that if the universe is a hypersphere, it needs to be so big that from our perspective, it looks like we're living on a flat surface.
Yeah.
For this to make sense, a hyperspherical universe should be at least 1,000 times bigger than our observable part. It could be 1,000,000,000,000 times bigger for all we know, but not smaller than that. Some scientists thought all of this is way too straightforward and came up with a wilder option. The universe could be like the frosting of a donut. A hyperdonut, also impossible to visualize for your brain. This too means that if you travel in a straight line, you'd get back to where you started, but with fun complications. In a hyperdonut universe, there's not the same amount of stuff in every direction. If two spaceships fly in different directions, one could get back to the start way earlier. This also
That can also explain it. I didn't think of that. Yeah. People who pre-watch it would think of that, but people who doesn't, I don't think it. Wow.
It means that light from faraway galaxies would do fun and confusing stuff in a sort of cosmic Hall of Mirrors effect. We could see faraway things in two places, but not just that, we would see it in different moments in time. because its light would have taken much longer to travel in one direction than the other. You could see a star being born in front of you and see that same star die on the opposite side of the sky. How big would such a hyperdonut universe be? Well, because of its strange geometry, actually this is kind of the smallest possible universe, potentially just a few times bigger than the observable universe. But it could also...
But also the problem about this is the visualization. Donut, bro. I don't think so. I don't think the universe would be look like that, but something similar, yes, but not this one.
To be way, way bigger. We don't know. Okay, so much for finite universes. But what if it's truly infinite and space goes on forever?
Okay, that's what we
What
start,
would that
right?
be like? What if the universe is
It's
truly infinite?
infinite.
Actually, the cosmological model used by most scientists describes an infinite universe. We mostly use it to calculate what happens inside our observable chunk, but if taken literally, it predicts an infinite universe. An infinite universe goes on, well, forever, with no border anywhere, also impossible to visualize. Wherever you look, you'll find more and more stuff in every possible direction. This kind of breaks our brain a bit for a few reasons. First of all, if the universe is infinite, is it also eternal and has been there forever? Was there a time when there was nothing everywhere, and then there was something everywhere? Well, we don't know, but we have a lot of evidence for the Big Bang, so it really seems like the universe started at some point in the past. But wait, since the Big Bang, the universe has been expanding. How can an infinite thing that's everywhere become even bigger? Cosmic expansion just means that the distance between galaxies is growing with time.
I don't know. From my point of view, I think I would be saying definitely. Yeah, you guys, chat would say something too. But also, let me say it for my way. I think that the infinite wasn't expanding; it's just infinitely there. But sometimes the planet, just like us, born, right? Just like us, exactly like us. People would say no. Yeah, most of you guys would say no because there's no way. It infinite. It became infinite. So there's going to be something similar, or maybe something like um something like us, perfectly 100%. We don't actually know. It's just a hypothetical. It's really mind blowing.
Even an infinite space can become bigger. Welcome to the paradoxes of infinity. Infinity gets much weirder though. As you travel with your spaceship in a straight line, you find new galaxies, stars and planets, new wonders, new weird stuff, probably new aliens and new life forms stranger than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
But after a long time, you might find the most special thing in the universe, yourself. An exact copy of you watching.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not pre-watching. Okay, stop. I'm not pre-watching. It's just that's what I'm saying is actually makes sense. What I'm saying is actually makes sense, and it's not one version also. Let me point it out before I watch this video to make it more like legit, because I'm really legit. Okay, it's not even this version also. It's going to be some different version that we don't know of, like an alien version, like a cricket version, like a snake version of us, you know.
This video right now. How can that be? Well, everything in existence is made of a finite amount of different particles, and a finite number of different particles can only be combined in a finite number of ways.
Okay.
That number may be so large that it feels like infinity to our brains, but it's not real.
In One Piece, they also mentioned that trees don't grow the same way, so they can have the backbone of the ship to make it the same exactly like it. But that's just point out the infinite, you know, the infinite of the tree in other universes. There's going to be a tree that has exactly the same vein, the same something, the same everything, you know. There's going to be something that exactly not different.
Really, If you have finite options to build things, but infinite space that is full of things in all directions forever,
Yeah.
then it makes sense that by pure
It's going to be pure coincidence that you're going to get you yourself exactly the same. It's not even the different color. It's exactly the same. The vein, the blood is red. The skin is, the skin is skin. The eye is your color. The I don't know anything else, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Please don't say coincidence.
chance, there will
Oh,
likely be
chance,
repetition. Although, just because something is possible doesn't mean it will actually happen.
Yeah, it doesn't
Maybe the
mean.
universe goes on forever, but only the boring stuff repeats itself endlessly.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there is really only one you. But if the laws of physics are the same everywhere, then far, far away, gas could have given birth to stars and planets where primitive genetic information could emerge from
Yeah.
chemistry. Which might
I think there's also life form, because don't forget what we came from. We came from Big Bang, where everything blows up, and some rock and some dirt just shovel each other because of the heat, and at the end of the day we get sun, we get earth. That's a pure coincidence, okay? That's a pure coincidence. What about the other place? There's no way that it wouldn't happen.
have ended up in cells and animals that evolved in
Jeez. Some said I'm crazy, but some said I'm good at it. Maybe I have a degree of researcher in the future, you know?
really unlikely ways, and eventually apes that learn how to create online videos. It happened at least once, so the chance is not zero. Even if the chance of there being an exact copy of you watching this video
Yeah.
right now is almost zero, almost
almost.
zero is still a
It's really almost, because one DNA is different, one vein different. We couldn't call it exactly the same. We couldn't call it 100%, right? We could not. But there's going to be someone out there who look exactly like me, think exactly like me, talk exactly like me, and know that I'm exist too. You know what I mean? Even though it's almost zero, it's not going to be zero, in my perspective at least.
huge number in an infinite universe. Unfortunately, you'll
Dear
never
me.
meet, because almost zero still means the chance is incredibly small.
Yeah, even if you going to find someone, I don't think it's exactly the same, because billions, that's a small number when it comes to infinity.
Earth, as it exists right now, is so unlikely you'd have to travel incredibly far to find a second identical Earth.
Yeah.
Some 10 to the 10 to the 29, a 1 followed by 100 octillion zeros, times the size of the observable universe. So far that it kind of means forever far away.
Just
Still, in a true
even if you are immortal right now, you don't age, you don't change, you don't sweat, you don't anything. When you get wound, you perfectly heal to your own self. To even if you do something like that and find your own self in the far away space, most of the time you're not going to find them.
the infinite universe, every combination of particles could
Yeah,
reasonably
yeah,
not
yeah,
just
just
occur
like
only
that.
once, but an infinite number of times. So there actually might be an infinite amount of copies of yourself. All of them are living within their own observable universe. All of them looking at the sky, never able to ever interact with each other because all of you are so far apart. Maybe some of these versions made different decisions, fell in love with different people, took
True.
different forks in life.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them has solved physics. Maybe another one is living your exact life but is wearing a funny hat. But if there are so many infinite copies of you, identical to you, who are you? Well, it doesn't matter, because you are as real beings get if you exist.
I mean, if I saw someone who exactly like me, have my DNA and everything in the far long universe, I'm not going to give a shit. I really don't give a shit about myself, you know. And if they are me, they are going to say the same. They're not going to give a shit, because it's too mind blowing. It's too mind blowing. Yeah. It's too mind blowing.
Infinite times, or if you exist once. It's time to stop now. While these scenarios are possible on paper, we've entered science philosophy.
Science philosophy.
Currently, none of these ideas are testable or provable. If the universe is infinite, we will never know. The reality is, for us, the universe is finite and has an edge. And we can see the edge. The edge.
Well, we can see the universe far, far away, but we can be able to call it edge. You know, we can.
Edge in time. Everything we can interact with is within the observable universe, and most likely, this will stay true forever. Even if this finite universe feels small to you, it's more than big enough to fulfill all the dreams that we and our descendants can ever come up with. Infinitely enough for all of us. While we can't be sure whether the universe is infinite, many fascinating questions do have definitive answers in science, maths, and technology, and you can learn all about them on brilliant.org. Brilliant will make you a
Okay, that's good. Well, nah, never mind, we're gonna watch it to the end.
better thinker and problem solver, with thousands of hands-on lessons on just about anything you may
Big
be
brain
curious
boy.
about. They recently launched a whole new suite of data courses that use real data to tell powerful stories while training your brain to see trends through the chaos of truly massive datasets.
Okay.
You'll answer practical questions like how to maximize revenue hosting on Airbnb, using the same analysis techniques that scientists use to explore the distribution of galaxies and unravel the mysteries of the cosmos, a foundation that can take your understanding to astronomical heights. We've all
It's mind-blowing. Yeah, it is. It actually is mind-blowing. We don't hate it, but it's really mind-blowing.
also partnered with Brilliant to create a series of lessons to take your scientific knowledge to the next level. These lessons let you further explore the topics in our most popular videos, from
fuck,
rabies and
rabies?
mammalian metabolism to climate science and supernovae. Each lesson on Brilliant is interactive, like a one-on-one version of a Kurzgesagt video. And you can get started whenever, wherever, right from whatever device you'd like. To get hands-on with Kurzgesagt lessons and explore everything Brilliant has to offer, you can start your free 30-day trial by signing up at brilliant.org/nutshell. There's even an extra perk for Kurzgesagt viewers. The first 200 people to use the link get 20% off an annual membership once their trial ends.
Jeez, wait. Oh my freaking god! The Earth is the channel. I didn't expect that. I just tapped the middle and I got this. But you know, I already subscribed. Also, the video is good. It's actually really good. Really it's educational. I didn't expect that at all, and maybe it's not educational for me that much. The edge universe, I don't think so. The infinite universe, I also think so, but the problem is I already know most of it. I already assume most of it. So it's not that of a big deal to me, but it's still mind-blowing because the amount of information that they are just pushing on us. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's very good. Thanks for watching. Stay cool, fam.